You're listening to The Next 15, a podcast show for the binge listener covering random topics such as relationships, current news, and everyday life issues. My name is Trey North, and for the next few minutes, I hope to make you laugh, educate, and inspire you. Welcome to the Next 15 podcast show. It's Friday, 7 o'clock, and you know what time it is. It's time for another episode of the Next 15 podcast show, along with my co-host, Chris McAllister.
Yo, everybody, what's going on? It is always good to be back in the saddle.
And I can't forget our chat room moderator, Andrea Clark. What up, Andrea?
Hey everybody, I can't see your face, so just hit me up in the place.
And we're not alone. We got a guest co-host right here. She is the co-pastor of Life Changers Church right here in Austin. It's Pastor Kim McAllister. What up, Kim?
Good evening, everyone. Delighted to be here.
Oh, man. Want to just recap last week's episode was Chameleon. Had a great time doing that, bro.
Yeah, man. Chameleon was so good. Listen, you know what? I found out that I'm such a chameleon, man.
I think we all are chameleons.
Yeah, man. But you know what? You don't think that you're a chameleon in certain places, and then you find out that you are. That's what I found out. I found out I'm a chameleon when it comes to animals and babies.
But check it out. How about this week? I was kind of watching out what I was saying and how I was saying it because I was so conscious, but I couldn't control it.
Yeah, you can't stop it, bro. If you're a chameleon, I think it happens automatically. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. Hey, we want to thank everybody that's joining us tonight in the chat room or also on next15podcast.com. But tonight episode, we've been advertising it. Yes. It's going to be on. It's going to be a nice night tonight. It's randomish, and we're back at it again.
We're back at it again.
2021. Tonight is one of our popular episodes where men and women discuss everyday life issues in debate form. If this is your first time listening to a randomish episode, then you're in for a real treat. We laugh, we argue, we learn, and it's all done with love and with your participation as well. So tonight, we're going to go ahead, open up our phone line, 512-827-9164. Andrea's getting ready to put that in. That's 512-827-9164. And our chat room so that you, the listeners, can participate in this interactive podcast.
Yeah.
And we've also received some questions from some of our listeners that will toss into that discussion as well. All of this pretty much is about to start right now.
Absolutely. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and give it up for the men for winning the last two.
Oh, I don't think so.
Next 15 podcast show. Trey North on Spreaker.com. All right, it's round one. Here we go.
Here we go.
Oh.
All right.
Oh, y'all so excited.
The first one. By the way, let me just go ahead and give credit where credit is due, bro. Yeah. Your wife came up with these questions.
She did.
For tonight's episode. And we decided to take all of them because we want to make sure that when they lose,
there's no excuse.
Here we go. Number one, we're about to drop it, ladies and gentlemen.
Right,
Who
here we go.
are the most controlling in a relationship, men or women? Who are the most controlling in a relationship, men or women?
Do you want them to start? Let's be gentlemen. Let's be
Let's
gentlemen.
be
gentlemen.
No, y'all started
first. Go first.
We started first the last time.
Y'all trying to.
All right, calm down.
Okay,
one at a time. One at a time. Jesus.
Okay, so y'all want us to go?
You see, you see who was controlling just right there.
Right, you know what I mean?
There
We
you
try
go.
to be nice, you know what I mean?
There's the
I
answer.
think y'all want us to think y'all were being nice.
We are nice. I'm nice. Ish.
Yeah, you are very nice.
So let me go ahead and give my answer to that question. I'm gonna have to say women are gonna be more controlling, because simply. Oh, let me say this statement. Have you ever asked a woman what she wanted to eat, right? And then she says, you know what? It doesn't matter.
Absolutely.
Right. And then you say, okay, bet money. I'm going to go to Burger King. And then she immediately says, I don't want Burger King. You just said that you didn't care what we got, right? So that lets me know that you're trying to control what we eat. If you don't care, then you don't care, right? Ladies.
Obviously, you still haven't. This was on the last
That's what I'm
rendition.
fixing to say.
Absolutely.
This is last time, so you kind of done.
No.
That's a scratch.
No.
Oh, you
Sorry.
got. You asked us to answer the question. Let's not mute
I need you
microphones.
to do your homework.
Listen, I'm with you on that one. I'm with you on that one. I'm gonna say the most controlling in the relationship. Oh, were you finished with yours?
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
It's pretty much.
Yeah,
you feel
pretty
like-
much. Cause, I mean, because, you know, women always ask you, like, where you at? What you doing? Who you with? What's going like?
Never.
I'm in the bathroom.
I'm gonna go with. Oh, man, I gotta go with the guys.
Okay.
Ding 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 ding.
I gotta go. I gotta go with the guys. Because just from Lord, I know you over here like you dirty, rotten.
You just left me by myself.
Well,
That's
I mean,
fine.
I gotta be honest. You know what I mean? I gotta go with the guys simply because Juan Alaman said the most jealous one. That's why I'm gonna go with the guy. Oh, I'm gonna go with the guys because you know how when we first meet a woman and she dresses a certain way, and then it seems like after the fact we get them, then it's like, why you putting that on? Why you dressing like this? You know, and then like we begin to kind of start trying to control what they wear. But that was the thing that got us in the first place.
Touche.
You know what I mean?
I'll
And then,
give you that.
And then you know you got some guys that are controlling because they're some male figure. They're the dominance of a man. You know what I
Gotcha.
mean? So I think the man, you know, and only because now let me caveat this while
Yeah.
y'all all smiling and everything and throwing up your hands.
Yeah.
Let me
Why
caveat
you
this.
kiki it over
It's
here?
because we're supposed to control the relationship because the woman was created for, you know, to follow us. So we are supposed to be in the control. You know what I'm saying? You know, I mean that is the role that being a man, you know, we have to make the decisions, you know, and we do that, I mean, you know, with the woman too, but at the same time, you know, we're placing the burden's on us.
Right. So
You
if
know what I mean?
it works or fails, it's the
on
man's
us.
fault.
Right.
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 Okay. I'll give you that. I'll humbly disagree with you, but I'll give you that. Any questions? I mean,
No.
Okay, so I have Tia in the chat room. She
Oh, you gonna
said-
bust out the comments before y'all get our
Oh,
comments.
She
It ain't
said
working
that's
together.
not being controlling. That's being informative.
come on.
What's not what she's referring to?
She referring to your comment in regards to your men are the way that you control in a relationship.
Yes.
That's being informative.
How you telling a person how to dress, and you're changing the way that they dress.
Right.
So
It's
she
being
said it's not
informative.
being yes.
Right.
Okay. All right. Well, go ahead, ladies.
No, I'm just gonna say I guess it depends on how you use the controlling the situation.
That's
so
right.
like you can use it within relationship, but you can also use it within like certain things in life as well. Because sometimes I would have to say controlling wise, I would have to say men can definitely be controlling at times.
Okay.
Women can be as well, but I would say women can be when it relates to things within the household. Maybe when it relates to things with the children, wanting like, okay, I don't agree with that husband. I believe that the child should do this. Am I
Okay.
making sense
Okay,
on
yeah.
certain things or how certain things should be clean?
Okay.
You know, a woman can be controlling within her own internal environment at home. You know, but when it comes to relationship wise, I would say honestly, the men could be more controlling.
Okay.
And the reason why I say that, women can be controlling too, but it depends on what's going on in the situation.
Okay.
As far as men wise, kind of almost like Trevor said when it related to what you're wearing, where you're going sometimes, who you with, you know how it is.
The birdie bag phrase.
You know, the friends that they hang with. Sometimes as well, maybe the husband doesn't agree with this other friend that they're possibly hanging with, who may be, how can I first say, not married, and maybe she don't have her life together and life right.
Right.
Does that make sense? And he
Sure.
might be like, I don't know about you going out with her, babe.
I think that goes on both ends because
It does.
because
It does.
If a male who is married is hanging with
An unmarried man.
unmarried
Exactly.
man or another male that has been known to be kind of
Fresh. Out in the
Right.
streets.
in these streets, unfaithful.
Yeah.
unfaithful.
Yeah.
Yeah. What about you, Andrea? Who controls more? What do you think?
I think it's more. I guess it depends on more of the situation. Some men can be more controlling in a relationship. From my experience, I would say more men, but some women tend to like take control of certain things. So some women can be controlling for our relationships. They can, especially when they have a man. Well, I'm gonna say a little boy that they can control. Some women like telling a man what to do, and they jump because they don't. They just feed off of that, or they just need a woman. That's what I can say. I agree. It just depends on the situation.
You know what? I have a question, and it's still on the same topic, but to you ladies, the question goes: do you prefer a man that you can give orders to, and they jump when you say jump,
I don't want
is
no man that don't have no backbone.
I had to say that too. I don't want a man that jumps when I say jump.
Okay.
I want a man to take, to jump in and to take over, to do things. But I also want him to ask my input on things. I don't want him to be so controlling over the whole relationship. I want him to ask me things, and then we come together with, with the solution. But yeah, otherwise, I don't want a man to just jump over and take over everything, control everything.
So
I won't say that.
So what if you give the man your opinion? He's like, okay, we're not doing that because that's entirely stupid.
Oh, but my man wouldn't say that.
No. Your man wouldn't say that. I'm just saying in general, and what if he's right?
I would. What if he's right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, first I would have to prove him why he is wrong, and let him know the reasons why he is wrong. And I would also like to know the reasons why he thinks it's stupid.
Well, I'm saying, like, what if the end result is that he was right about the entire situation? You know what I mean? And at that point, now you're like, yeah, that was kind of stupid.
Or he just wants to be right because of his ego.
Oh, of course. Here we go.
Okay.
Okay, guys. One in the chat room said, still, there has to be a level of trust.
Right.
If you're married, remember, you all got married for a reason.
That's true.
Right.
Okay. All right. Let's move on. We're gonna be on this one all night.
Yeah.
All right. I'm not. I think. Well,
No,
I think we lost that one because of me.
Yeah. Yeah. Because I'm the only one that said
Anyway.
that women.
All right. Well, what do you ladies think, or guys? You can call in at 512. You can call in at 512-827-9164. Okay, I got one.
Catch it.
Who rushes into relationships faster, men or women? I'll start with the ladies.
Oh, it is?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I would have. You want to start, Ann?
Okay, well, I start.
Go ahead. Go
Well,
ahead.
for me, I think it's more women. Women jump more in relationships. Sorry. Because women are more emotional, more vulnerable than men are. So I would have to say women are.
Okay.
I beg to differ.
Okay.
And the reason why, because men are so visual. And the thing is that when they see a woman, and if they see something they like and they really want it, a lot of times they are motivated and determined to get to it. They are the start off of the relationship. And then a woman kind of just goes, oh, okay, he like me, he think I'm cute, So I think that, honestly, men are the ones who are quick to jump into a relationship. Depends on the situation.
So you're saying because we're visual.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, we have to have something to look at. So
You do?
that will fall on you because you looked that certain way. You put on that dress. It was tight. It was right. and we was trying to get it tonight.
But if you didn't have to approach him, that wouldn't even ever happen. So you the one who came to her. She
Yeah.
could still wear what she want to
But
wear
she's
around who, whatever.
But she's advertising.
Well, no, you can't just put that on the woman.
But
You
hold
can't. Now it depends on, like, say, what she's wearing,
What I'm finna
what
say.
she's wearing. Okay, but it also is the one who steps in first. So the man is the one to make the initial approach to her. I believe that the men are the one who are quicker to run into a relationship.
Because
he
men don't
being-
take the time to heal neither.
Exactly.
That's true too.
Come on.
Okay.
Wow.
Okay.
Hit a soft spot.
Okay. Well, let me step in here and say this. So I think that nothing against my ladies, but sometimes I do think if getting out of a relationship and then going into another relationship, I think it's easier for women than it is men. The reason why is because, see, a woman can go and get any man. A man can't go get any woman.
I agree with that.
So if a woman, when she can jump in and out of a relationship, because it's harder for a man to go after the quote unquote woman that he wants, because the woman that he wants might have the rules in place and all that good stuff. Men don't got them type of rules. If a woman if a single man is sitting there and a beautiful woman walked up to him, he's not going to be like, well, this is what he's not going to be like, well, this is the issue I have, or I'm going to wait on this. A man's not going to do that for the most part. A man's going to be like, yeah, okay, cool. You want to talk? Let's talk. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But so to me, you kind of just proved the point.
Okay.
Because the simple fact you just said about how women are the ones who have all these things and saying about this certain man, and men don't have this list, but women do. So, which means, honestly, that the men are easier to jump into the relationship because the women have all these things to list in what that she wants in the man. Because
Right.
once a woman has been hurt once, she puts somewhat of a guard up. And she's not
Right.
desperate to jump into another relationship right then.
But
That's
but
true.
it's the woman that chooses the man,
No.
not the man that
No.
chooses the woman.
Not-
No,
not
the
in that
man
case.
has made the initial choosing first. Isn't that what that says in the Bible?
Well,
Right?
that's biblically, but we're talking about in the sense of, like, when a woman wants to get into a relationship, there is no real boundary from men. Like most men.
Right.
Granted, if the woman is white, black, Hispanic, Asian, it is easier for a woman to get into a relationship with a man versus a man trying to get into a relationship with a woman. It's just easier that.
I agree with that because again, and I bet we can find this in the chat room at some point.
Yeah.
Again, like you said, the woman has her guard up. The men doesn't.
Yeah, the men
they
don't.
don't. They just gonna jump in and gun ho. But it's up to the woman
To allow
him to get into there.
Right.
So he can jump in all he wants or go at it as he wants. But it's up to her to accept him or not. That's why I say the
Right.
woman always chooses the man.
Right.
I mean, we might go and find that woman.
Right.
But it's up to her to say yay or
Yeah.
nay.
How many men have pursued women and then that woman be like, no, I just want to be your friend.
Exactly.
Like you have more women putting men in the friend zone versus men putting women in the friend zone.
I'm gonna go
But
with
to
that
me, for her to tell you that she just wants to be friends, you are the one who initially tried to jump into a relationship first.
But you
She
That's your
turned you
approach.
down,
didn't get in a relationship.
but you made that initial step to try to.
But the question was who
yeah.
rushes into a relationship faster?
A man.
No, he's just
He the one who did the start off.
he might not be wanting a relationship. He might just
Yeah,
want
he
cut.
wants it. No, y'all can't change that. Am I right, Idra? No.
Okay, so guys, Gail in the chat room said that depends on the person. For some men and women, they may need to be constantly in a relationship for a reason. However, a widow man will definitely pick up and find another woman quickly. So it's probably the men.
Come on through. Come on through. Come on.
Thanks a lot, Gail.
Thank you, Gail.
Come on, Gail. Come
Thank
on
you
through,
so
Gail.
very
All right,
much.
all right.
Okay, so Pastor Chris,
Uh-huh.
did you choose Pastor Kim?
Absolutely.
So
You chose her, or you no?
Pick.
No, I chose. Listen, I'm not
You
trying to be
chose
funny.
her.
Not trying to be funny. I chose her. I ran her down. I broke down the wall. I kicked it in. I made it to the door. I unlocked the door. Then I kicked the door in.
Yeah.
It was all me. Not trying to be funny.
so
She-
it's the men.
She had what she had. well,
Man, you know what? You just next question, bro.
no, but I wasn't.
yeah, he
but I
did
wasn't
that
coming.
thing.
But here's the thing. But I wasn't coming from another relationship though. Like I mean, it wasn't like I was jumping from another relationship.
Okay.
Like I had made the decision that it was time to get married.
Relationship hopping.
Like I wasn't doing that. So
All right, whatever.
yeah, well,
Come on.
Next question. Before I start muting these mics,
It's
I'm doing too
okay.
much.
It's okay.
All right. Before we go to commercial break, who is the most forgiving in a relationship, men or women? Now, listen, for all you listeners out there, 512-827-9164. I want to hear what you guys have to say about this. Don't
on,
leave us
don't
hanging.
leave us
Ladies, don't leave us hanging. 512-827-9164. The question is, who is the most forgiving in a relationship, men or women? It's on us.
it's
isn't
on
it?
us.
Okay, let me go.
Go ahead, sir.
Now this will depend. This will depend on the situation.
Yeah, absolutely.
And there's only one thing. There's only one caveat in this
Gotcha.
whole. There's only one.
Gotcha.
And the most forgiving part is we can probably take anything except if the woman cheats.
Cheats.
I
yeah.
already knew it.
That's
Yeah.
it. That's it. If she cheats, it's a done deal. It's a wrap. Go
Right.
home,
For
hang
them.
the curtains,
Yep.
hang the Jordans up, put them in the closet. It's
Right.
over. You're never coming back to me. I don't want you.
Right.
You're a bad person, and I hate your guts. I
Right.
hope everything in life bad happens to you
Oh.
and only you.
So yes. So I'm gonna agree with that, man. So when it comes to who's unforgiving or who's the quick to not forgive, it's probably going to be men. Because again, when a man puts his heart out there, the minute that you crush it,
It's over.
like it's just and again, let's not even talk about cheating. Let's not even talk about cheating. Let's not even talk about cheating. Let's just talk about wordplay. Okay, let's go to the point where if you say something to a man in regards to something that he loves, or if you crush his dreams, if you crush, certain things in a man, like a man will not. He might not tell you, but he will not. He won't. He gonna hold it against you. Yeah. He might never bring it up, but it will fester.
Yeah.
It will fester, and he can go on with life and never tell you until one day he blows up, or one day he walks away.
512-827-9164. If we didn't take your call, call back. I've gotten some calls that I missed, and I'm so sorry, guys. We have everything on the mute. I'm sorry about that. I apologize for that. But if you're trying to call and get through, it's 512-827-9164 right here at the Next 15 Podcast Show. Give us a call, and we will let you be live on the air. So now that was the only caveat. So let me go there. We don't fester and harbor things like a woman does. I don't believe.
I don't think so.
No, I don't think so. I think they hold stuff in and they don't forget.
Yeah, they don't forget.
Yeah,
They don't forget. So forgive are the same. Forget and forgiving are in the same
Kind of hand
word.
in hand.
It's pretty much.
Yeah.
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 I'll never say that again, but I do 2 weeks later.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so one in the chat room said the one who has been wronged before will find a reason to forgive. And Shamika said, yep, if we cheat, y'all ain't going to hear, but men expect us to forgive when they cheat. That's true.
Touche.
So it crushes the men pride. So Eric also say women, and Tia say women.
That women can be the most forgiving, right?
Yes.
Yes. Yeah. And with relationship wise, I totally agree.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Women can be the most forgiving within that.
Yes, we are.
Well, yeah.
That's so. Listen, I gotta say this too. So when we say forgive, ladies, help me with this.
Okay.
What is forgiveness in your eyes?
A new car?
Oh, boy.
I'm sorry. I mean, he really got to pay that debt.
Boy,
Especially if he really messed up. He's going to have to really fix that. I'm sorry.
Sounds about right.
Yeah, I'm going to get a new credit card up in this place.
Boy,
Yeah.
y'all are something.
I'm not a gold digger, but, you know, I like things just like the other people do too.
Touche.
Yeah.
Touche.
You know, but I also work hard.
I got you. So that is like forgiveness. I'm talking about on your end. Okay. So on your end, when you say you have forgiven him,
Yes.
what does that mean to you? Like, does that mean that, okay, I forgive you for this, so I'll never bring this up, or
Okay.
I forgive you for this, so we'll never have to deal with this particular problem again?
Okay.
Or are you saying that I forgive you, but I'm going to remind you that you've done this, and I'm not going to allow you to do it again?
No.
I'm going to forgive you, but it's not going to be like waiting to the exhale forgive you. And like, I don't even know if you want to say forgive you, because when it comes to forgiveness, it's like, I'm like, I would never do this to anybody, but you know, some women can get so mad. They might mess up your pair of shoes and your clothes. So that's the forgiveness that some of them may mean in that situation. But still, they'd be like, you know, I still love you. I'm not going to mess your stuff up.
I'm going to burn your car up.
I'm not
but I
going to
still
key your
love you.
car either. So I forgive you. So I'm not going to go that route.
Yeah.
But I'm going to still stay here and love you.
What was that in the 90s? Why were women keying dudes' cars in the 90s?
You know why? Because they know it hurts.
Exactly.
Yeah. Let me find them
Yeah.
J's. Let me find them
Get to
J's.
that
Oh,
car.
my God. Like, if you
It
key
hurts.
my car.
You put
Yeah.
that snick in that gas tank.
Like, oh, yeah.
Oh, you sound like you
yeah.
done
I
it
done
before.
bought
But you're not finna,
I done done it before.
but you're not finna get
Right.
off because you didn't
I done
answer
done
the
it.
Girl,
question.
that's too good of a sneaker to waste. Don't put no Reese's in there, man.
Okay, Andrea, it's on Andrea. Who's the most forgiving in a relationship, men or women?
I'm gonna say women are. Women are. We tend to forgive, but we won't forget. So, women are.
The most forgiving?
Yes, we are most forgiving. We have a soft heart whenever it comes to anything.
Yeah.
I'll give you that.
Yeah, I'll
We're
give you that.
forgiving.
I'll
Yeah.
give you that.
But we
give you
just
that.
kind of remind you quite often about that.
I'll give you that.
You know, what they say, elephant never forgets.
All right, let's take a commercial break, and when we come back, we're gonna take some of the questions from our listeners that had some earlier in the week that DM'd us. Keep it locked right here on the Next 15 podcast show with Trey North, Chris McAllister, Andrea, and Pastor Kim. Hi, this is Trey North, and I wanted to take this time to thank you for listening to tonight's show. I sincerely hope that you're enjoying this week's podcast. That's why I'm asking you for a small favor. I need your help in spreading the word about the Next 15 podcast show to your friends, coworkers, and family members. Our goal is to provide you quality content with knowledge and a little bit of laughter. We understand that the word of mouth is the most effective form of advertising, and that's why we need your support. Tell your friends, your coworkers, and your family members to follow us at Next 15 Podcasts on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter platforms. They can also find us on YouTube at Next 15 Podcast Show, or they can visit the website at next15podcast.com. We really appreciate you, and thank you in advance for letting everyone know about the Next 15 Podcast Show with Trey North and Chris McAllister. Now, let's get back to the show.
You're listening to the Next 15 Podcast Show with Trey North on Spreaker.com.
Welcome back to the Next 15 Podcast Show on this night of randomish. Back at it again. We got Chris McAllister, Andrea, and our special guest co-host, Kim McAllister, in the studio. And that was round one, and I think the men are losing, to be honest with you.
Yeah, bro, I think we're losing on this one, Chief.
Yeah. So we're gonna divert right quick.
Right. There you go.
we're gonna
Solution.
we're gonna create a collusion. Want to thank y'all that's in the chat room participating. Listen, we had some problems going on with the phone earlier. If you want to call in, 512-827-9164. Want to thank everybody who's in the chat room and listening via next15podcast.com. You can also follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter, and YouTube at Next 15 Podcast. So here's a question that I got. Which is better, being a superhero or a sidekick? Hey, I'm just reading the questions.
Really? You want to answer it?
I'm gonna say it's better to be the superhero because you have the sidekick.
But doesn't the superhero have don't the sidekick has the superhero?
Superhero, yeah, exactly. Well, yeah, like
I'm gonna go with the sidekick.
I thought about it.
Because when the superhero becomes a vigilante, I can be like, I don't have nothing to do with it. I told Batman not to do this.
Like when he fails at the job, it's on him. You know what I mean? Like
I'm just a sidekick.
exactly. Boy, you was something else,
I throw Batman under the bus,
right?
under the Batmobile. He's out of here.
Oh, like throw Superman to this kryptonite.
Like I can whoop Superman, so I'll be the sidekick just in case he turns on y'all. Now, who's the superhero now?
Oh man, that's a good question.
I know. What do you think, Andrea? Sidekick or superhero?
Oh my goodness. Superhero. Probably, yeah, superhero. I think I'd be a superhero. Yeah.
Pastor Kim,
I'd rather be a sidekick
you rather be a sidekick?
That's me too.
because I don't want to be on call all the time.
Boy,
Touche.
I got you on that one.
They're not looking for me to say today.
Okay, I'm finna switch it up. I'm finna go here with y'all. Should toys, and guys, help us out in this chat room on this one, because I know this might get a lot of feedback.
Okay.
Should toys be gender neutral? Like, should dolls be okay for boys and girls?
Repeat that.
Should toys be gender neutral? Should, like, dolls be okay for boys and girls?
You know what? That's a great question. I would say yes. I would say they should be gender neutral. And let me explain why.
Please do.
It's because, no, here's the reason why. It's because back when we were growing up, the boys had G.I. Joes, right? And we were preparing for a war that may or may not happen as a kid, right?
Okay, I got you. I got you.
But ladies were preparing for marriage, children, because they had Ken, they had Barbie, they had the little pink Porsche, they had the house, they had the little dog that peed in the grass, they had all of that stuff, right?
Dog that pees in the grass.
Yeah, that little dude, they had like this little that you put in the water, you squeeze the dog and it sucks up the water, and when you squeeze the dog out, it pees.
It
Dude,
sounds like you played with little toys,
No,
like
no.
dolls and stuff. Because I ain't never ever seen a doll pee in the. No, sir.
yeah, absolutely, sir.
Alrighty.
Absolutely. And so again, you grow up and then you have women who now advance a lot quicker in life than we do because we're still trying to prepare for a war that may or may not happen. And so we have lost out as a young kid or a young boy, we've lost out on some things that we could have learned with gender neutral toys.
I'm angry right now, but okay. Alrighty. Well, I mean, what do you think, Andrea, Kim? Kim, what do you think? Gender neutral. Like, okay, like, would you take your son to build a bear?
Yes.
Yeah, I have taken my son to
Yes.
build a bear.
Actually, I just asked my son this question, and he wants to go. He
Yeah.
said yes.
I want to go too.
So
I'm sorry.
I've taken my son
the
to build a
bear's
bear,
fun.
and he got this giraffe that we named Ralphie. Yep. He was younger. Now, don't get me wrong. Yeah, he was younger.
So what if he wants to play with a girl doll?
now
A
that's
girl
that's
doll?
a
Gender
problem.
neutral. No, no, y'all said it wasn't. It wasn't a problem.
Who said it was?
No, I did. So you said if he wants to play with a doll,
With Barbie
Okay, he wants to play with Barbie. So okay, what's the difference with
or Barbara.
a Barbara or Ken, whatever? That's a doll, right?
Yeah, no, I'm talking about a female. I mean, like, he takes Barbie. He plays with Ken, but he takes Barbie everywhere he goes.
Okay.
That's not a problem. He takes Barbie.
That would be a problem with me with my son. Yes, because you a boy, you play with Army Men and you play with Ken if you want to play dolls with your sister, but you're not finna be combing Barbie hair with a pink brush and all of that
But
and
he can
putting
go
heels
build a
and
bear?
dressing. Yeah, he can go to build a bear. You only stuffing You only stuffing a teddy bear.
Okay. All right.
Well,
All right.
I would think it would be okay depending on the age of development.
Okay.
Because if I have a little 2-year-old son who wants to play with a doll, he can.
Mm-hmm.
Now, when he gets to a certain age, and I'll be like, okay, now it's time to put little Sally Sue up.
So what's that
You
age?
know,
10?
What age is that?
Yeah, 10. 11.
I would probably say maybe around 6 or 5 or so.
5 or 6.
They develop a personality around 5, but I would say about 5 or 4, something like that, maybe. But yeah, I would say that's okay then, because some boys do like to play with girls' toys.
What if
You know?
So what if your son becomes a great hairdresser? Yeah.
A great hedge. I'm done with that.
What's wrong with that?
What you got, Andrea? I'm not even going there.
If he's doing Beyonce hair good.
Okay, so I have a question in the chat.
Okay.
So Tia asks, how does he view the role of the doll on respect to who he is if he's relating the girl doll as if he reflects himself as just a woman in life?
Okay, that's a good
Yeah,
point.
that's a good point.
Yeah, that's a perspective is the key. I see you. Okay,
Yeah.
Tia. I
So
see you.
what if he says that?
Dwayne, your brother's on here. He talking about I'll pass. Me too, Dwayne.
What if your son has this doll around and you asked him and he's 5 or 6 years old? You ask him, why you always carry this doll around? He says, because I always got these hoes with me.
What?
Wow.
Yeah. Okay. Okie dokie. All right, I got another one. This is coming from Divine Perfection Body Care. That was our sponsor back in Christmas. Yeah. Is there really an issue if women are the breadwinners?
That's a good one.
I know.
Is there really an issue?
Do
Who's going to take this one?
y'all want to start?
I don't have a problem with it.
I don't either.
I don't think it's an issue. So that's a man question. So
I would say.
you're a man?
Well, no.
It's a man.
That's
Yeah,
y'all
that's
question.
man
Yes,
question.
yes, the question. Yeah, I don't have a problem with it at all. Well, let me say this. We have to understand, I guess, if we set the rules right.
If we said, okay.
If we set the rules right, I don't have a problem with it. Because there are, and I can't speak for all women, but there are some ladies who are the breadwinner, but just because they're the breadwinner, they take the breadwinning out of context. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So they feel like they can say whatever they gotta, you know what I mean? And it's not. And now you can't say nothing to me because I'm the breadwinner.
So she's controlling.
So she's controlling because she's the breadwinner. Not all women like that, but I'm just saying that there are those women who are like that. So if we set that precedent, prime example, I'll speak for myself. Like my wife has made more money than me for many years, right? Yeah. But we're a team though, so and it never felt that way. Because it all, it came into the McAllister household, the McAllister bank account. So it always felt like we were working together. You know what I mean? But with her being a nurse, and doing all that good stuff, nurses make great money. And so she would be the breadwinner a lot of the times. But one thing my wife did do is she would always, she would still let me make the decisions when it came to the finances. Even though, quote unquote, she brought it in, it's our money.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
She would say, okay, babe, it's on you. What do we do?
Okay.
So, thank you, baby. See?
That's I feel you on that. Now, for y'all. Oh, go ahead.
So, Gail in the chat said, very good question, man. In social media, people are now telling women our income and accomplishments are important to men.
No, I think this, man, I love to see a woman who got it all together.
Yeah.
I think as we are a team, if we're together, we're a team. You know what I'm saying? We cohesive. We a unit. So, I mean, if she's bringing more bread to the table, I mean, everybody winning. I mean, back in the day, it was the man out here hustling and bustling, you know, and women was at home. And I feel like at times men could have been controlling in that situation too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm bringing home the bacon. I'll kick you out. You ain't got nothing. Now that women are career minded now and goal oriented and have their stuff together, I think it's sexy with a woman to have a job. Right. And if she bringing that bread home and it's more than I don't feel less than. I don't feel intimidated by that. You know, now again, like it's kind of like you said, it depends on how she's treating me in this situation. You know, if she's treating me less than, then I probably would have a problem, and I probably have to go get 2 jobs, or 3 jobs. And if she's got more than me after that, I'll probably sit down somewhere.
Mr. Cartwright.
Mr. Cartwright. Oh my God.
Okay, all right.
So, ladies, how do y'all feel about you making more money than the man?
That's
is
not a problem.
Is it a problem?
No, that's not a problem for me because we're gonna be as one.
Okay.
Oh.
All right. So biblical.
I thought we weren't supposed to answer.
Yeah, well, no.
Are you flipping it? Okay.
Yeah, I'm flipping it.
I mean, it just depends on the situation, like you said, and how she pretty much her behavior whenever she's making the money, but also his behavior as well, because some men do definitely feel intimidated by that. Every man is not like that.
Yeah, I'll give you that.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, got one. Go ahead.
So Dwayne in the chat room said it's us building together and where we are going in the future.
That's true.
Yeah.
I mean, I mean, look at and I just want to give a shout out to our new president and vice president.
Right.
You know, Joe Biden and Kamala. Look at Kamala. She banking right now.
Right. Yeah.
She's fine, too. I mean, hey, she making more money.
Right.
And I'll be like, cool. No problem.
Like, okay, for instance, like her husband he also is now the first second. Yeah, like that's.
I was confused when
he's the second gentleman.
Yeah, second gentleman. Like I didn't know what the correct phrase for that is. Like, you know, your wife is the VP of the United States.
That's power.
Like that's power.
That's boss.
Now that ain't money. That's power.
That's boss.
Like. Look, you can't tell me that you ain't a little bit.
I'm not gonna be intimidated. You know why? Man, I'm gonna flex. I flex. Man,
really?
Do you know who my wife is, bro? My wife is the vice president of this. All this.
Right.
This is us.
Yeah, exactly.
This is us. You know.
She has to stop you from starting bar fights.
Hey, sit down. She's vice president.
Yeah.
Sit down.
I will tell you this. He's a protector. He's protecting her like
Heck yeah.
like he's
I'll be the best hype man.
Yeah,
hey, that's the sidekick. Yeah. She's a hero, he's the sidekick.
I'll take it.
Absolutely. Okay.
That's funny.
Now, this one right here is mine. Because I did this question was actually on a full episode that you can find at next15podcast.com or right here on Spreaker. We had listeners back in the day that send their responses, and we received some interesting feedback. So go back and check that out. But here's the question: should a woman approach a man? Should a woman approach a man? I'd love to hear somebody call in on that one.
Oh yeah,
that's good.
Should a woman approach a man? I want the ladies to start that one because that's
a full episode.
Yeah, that's pertaining to the ladies. Like, how do y'all feel about you approaching a man? Like, you see a man, he looks good, he's nicely, or whatever your cup of tea is. Like, would you sit there and wait for him to come to you, or do you feel like it's okay for you to go to him and be like, hey, hey, cutie?
For me, if he's an attractive man in a uniform,
okay,
and he's looking good from head to toe, I'm gonna say, hey.
You gonna say what?
I'm gonna say, hey.
All right.
Okay.
Baskin, what about you? Is it acceptable or for a woman to approach a man?
Yeah, I thought that's
What?
it's definitely been acceptable for a while. That's kind of a out of date question.
Well, no, that's
because a lot of women do approach men.
a lot of women do, but they're still like
It's been happening for years.
But you still have actually even this younger generation. Like, remember our kids? Remember how our girls were talking about? Oh, I ain't gonna go to him. He's gonna have to come to me. Remember all that?
Well, that's because that's what kind of they hear that at school as well.
What that's
They
yeah.
see, like asking to go to homecoming, how the men always approach, make the big thing on the scene or whatever like that. And
Right.
some people just kind of fall into that same little vein thing, like, okay, we're gonna do it like this.
Yeah.
But not necessarily. There's nothing wrong with definitely a woman stepping in and saying, like Andrea said, I see what I like.
That's what's
Gotcha.
up. I got you.
I gotcha.
All right. Want to give a shout out to Breeze Bonnets. She's in the chat room. Check her out at Instagram, Breeze Bonnets on Instagram. She's got some nice bonnets for you ladies, satin bonnets. She got some nice face masks to match those bonnets. So check her out. Okay, I tell you what, we're going to take a quick commercial break, and when we come back, we're going to get on this round 2, men versus women, right here on the Next 15 podcast. Hey ladies, have you been neglecting your skin? Are you using products that are harmful to your body? Well, it's time to switch it up and head over to Divine Perfection Body Care and experience vegan, paraben, and cruelty-free body products that are handcrafted to help women create a lifestyle of self-care. With products ranging from body scrubs, body butters, soaps, and more, Divine Perfection Body Care is a lifestyle brand designed with your self-care in mind. Hey men, Divine Perfection Body Care has products that are tailor-made just for you. Check out their selection of body washes, soaps, and beard oil. Go to DivinePerfectionBodyCare.com and check out their wide selection of body care products. They even carry products for your household. Divine Perfection Body Care, where it's spa day every day.
You're listening to the Next 15 Podcast Show with Trey North on Spreaker.com.
Welcome back to the Next 15 Podcast Show. And it's a randomish night tonight, and we are about to be on round 2.
Yeah. Man, we're losing. Where are you at, man?
I know.
We're losing.
Badly.
Oh, my goodness. Where's our support?
So, the question for round 2. Who provides better comfort, men or women?
Why? Why? Will we even ask that question? Why?
I think the women do provide more comfort. Prime example, just say if you just lost a loved one.
Okay.
And I think, or if you're in a hospital, I think the woman is going to be more compassion, more needing, more fulfilling nursing versus than a man will.
Okay. I mean, I get that.
Yeah, I can't.
I can rock with that. Go ahead.
Yeah, I agree. When it relates to the situation at hand, and or it could be related to the person too, because I will say definitely women first. We provide most comfort, but it depends on the relationship and who it is. Because I know my husband is amazing at providing comfort, way much more better than I. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna be real. He's amazing at it. Sometimes the kids will say something. I'm like, okay, I'm going to the left. Your daddy's over here because I can't do it.
But let me step in here real quick.
Wait.
Real.
Okay, so Dwayne said, but what if she acts like a man?
Well, if she got her on her chest, I don't know what to tell you.
Oh my God, bro, that's hilarious. He would
But
say
there's
that.
there's some women that have those
Like tomboyish.
tomboy behaviors. I mean, and some of them have been raised by men. that raised them like tomboys.
Right, they got that Teflon Don skin.
Yeah.
But you know what? Let me say this too. Like, yes, women have a more natural sense of comfort, right? And it's almost innate You know what I mean? Like even with the tomboyishness, they still can provide something a man can't when it comes to comfort. You know what I mean? Now for my wife is laughing, but let me say this: for men though, it's like she was saying, like she, the kids will say something, then like she have to bring them to me. Well, mine is more or less, I'm not as quick to blow up. Like that's all. That's just the real difference.
So it depends on the man and the male and the female.
Female, yeah. But I think as a whole, though, as a gender, yeah, I think women have, men just can't, because I can't, if I can't sympathize with you, I'm not. Like, it's almost like I'm not going to lie to you and be like, oh, I'm sorry for your loss. If I don't care, it's almost, I'm like, okay,
do you think it's because men are not as and we had this question on last randomish, like men are as emotional as women are?
I guess you could say that, but some guys just, it's not that they're not emotional, it's we don't know how to process emotions. Like prime example for me, like all my emotions, they sound as if I'm mad. I can be happy and it sounds like I'm mad. If I'm watching a game and I'm and my team is winning, my wife will run in the living room like, why are you howling? Are you okay? Like she think I'm mad. Like, no, I'm excited, and I could be happy and it just sounds like anger. It's just how it sounds, I guess. I don't know. So yeah, but I think it's women all the way.
Okay, guys. Shamika in the chat room said, women, she referring to women, we provide comfort because we are compassionate, thoughtful, respectful, nurturing, understanding, and considerate.
So Shamika, are you saying that men aren't compassionate, aren't thoughtful, aren't respectful, aren't nurturing?
No, she said we.
Yeah, but the question is, I know she says we as women, but they're a compassionate men, thoughtful, respectful, nurturing, and understanding, and considerate too. I mean, there are some men like that. She gonna point her finger talking about not me. I am the most compassionate person you'll ever meet, a male you'll ever meet. That is not.
I'm just like
no.
Absolutely. Like we like compassionate. Yeah, but here's the thing. If a man shows compassion, sometimes we be considered soft. You know what I mean?
Well, not at home, honey.
Well, yeah, not at home, but yeah, a lot of the times, like if a man shows compassion, it's almost triggered as, oh, look at this soft bread dude right here. You was like,
yeah, your boys ain't gotta be around.
Yeah, well, not even if your boys around. Like it's just, have you ever been watching Bambi and then Bambi dad dies and you're like, oh, and then like you have to check yourself, like I ain't crying over Bambi.
Once again, no, I can't relate. I can't relate.
Oh my God,
Bambi! I never cried on that.
You never cried on, not cry, but you didn't feel sad when.
No.
Okay, what about Lion King?
No,
I cried on Lion King.
You didn't feel bad when Simba lost Mufasa.
You should have kept up with him,
boy.
You don't have no feelings.
That's just
he's lying. He's lying.
I didn't cry.
He sobbed.
I didn't.
You just said something was in your eye.
Whatever.
Okay, guys, we have a question in the chat room from Bree.
Okay.
She asks, which gender is more likely to cheat?
Women.
Really?
Oh.
They're sneakier. I can tell you that much.
Oh.
Well, Bree, you done started something.
Oh.
So I will say this, okay, because most men, I can only speak for just the gender of men. I would say yes, men will be quicker.
Sorry.
Is it quicker to cheat? What?
I laugh because Gail talked about Bambi's dad died.
No, the mom.
The mom. I'm sorry. Sorry, Gail. Not the dad, but
sorry.
the mom.
I'm sorry.
Which gender is more likely to cheat?
Yeah, I'm going man on that.
Man.
Yeah.
Yeah, y'all already know.
Yeah, I'm going man on that.
Right.
You already know.
Next question.
No.
We will. I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, just
Okay.
the dudes out there. Like,
Boy, that's sad.
well, I mean, it is.
They
Just
just accepted it
the dude. Yeah, and I mean,
and moved on.
Yeah.
I mean,
right? Yeah.
what do you want me to do?
What you like? There's some dudes out there that's just.
That's a
I want you to
paper
be the man that
doesn't
don't
take a-
cheat.
Exactly.
Well, yeah. I mean, we ain't talking about us. I'm talking about there's guys out there. Man, I still got quote unquote friends I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, and see,
Yeah.
like,
I heard him.
yeah, like that. Like you grown, you almost 40, and you out here still doing that. Like, come on, bro.
All right.
We losing.
I know.
Oh, y'all admit it.
Who? Well, that's because these were her questions. Who responds? We might win one right here.
Okay.
Who responds to physical pain better, men or women? Now that's a good one, and we can't throw up the having the baby crap. That's not fair because we can't have babies,
can't
and you
have
can't
babies.
prove that men can't handle it now because our bodies are not for that. So you can't play the "I have a baby." Let's talk
Right.
about
Because it
physical
stretches.
pain. Yeah, like
I don't have
back
anything
pain.
that I don't have anything that stretches.
Right, like back pain. We talking legs and joints and all that.
Right.
Now go.
Okay. Bullet wound. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. Come on.
who
gonna take a bullet
okay,
better?
Okay.
You
Who's-
thinking real
Who
hard.
okay, no. Who let's go simple then. Who responds better to stumping their toe in the middle of the night? Like who can just kind of walk that off? Or then who's like in pain for the next 3 days?
Right. Who's on crutches?
That's a cold one.
I'll give you another one, bro.
Go.
If you broke a nail, which one's gonna be more in pain?
That's a sexist one.
So that's what
I'm
this-
sorry.
Men have nails too.
Yeah, exactly. We have nails too, and we can break
break nails, too.
If it's a hangnail, it hurts. Doesn't matter
Exactly.
whether you're a boy or a girl.
Exactly, but who responds to the pain better?
If it was a fake nail, then of course it'll be the women.
Did we-
You know, you
Well,
break
no,
a
no,
nail.
not like a fake nail. I'm talking about like a hangnail. Like we all
Oh,
get
hang nail. Yeah,
hangnails.
that hurts,
Yeah. Oh, yeah, it does.
especially in your toe.
or ingrown toenail.
Yeah,
Oh,
it goes
ugh.
to the- yeah.
Ugh.
I don't have those problems.
Like, so who is better with physical pain?
Can we get back up in the big parts, but not up in the labor parts? Honestly, when it comes to respond better to pain, women respond better to pain. It doesn't have anything to do with labor.
Okay.
Men do not respond well to pain. I have seen it.
Okay.
I have seen it. I've seen a lot of men act like crybabies.
Okay.
And women receive the pain better and can tolerate it better than a man. And that's the truth. I'm just
Okay.
saying. I've
You know
seen
what?
it.
I
I've
have
seen
heard-
it in all of my 20-something years of nursing.
nursing.
I have
Okay.
seen men. I'd be like, oh my God.
Okay, but Kim,
No.
listen.
Overall.
Not every man's gonna go to the doctor for pain. In fact, we are less likely to go to the doctor at all.
And that's why y'all don't know how to handle pain.
No, that means we
Because-
handle pain.
no,
Because
no.
when we go to the doctor, that means we're in pain.
Right.
No.
Well, let me say this too. Let me say this because I have noticed that, like, when it comes to just taking shots, needles, like, you have more the average or the statistics show that more men are afraid to take shots because of the needle
Okay.
versus women.
And they pass out.
I didn't want to have to do this. I didn't want to have to go there.
What?
On a football field, who would take more pain?
Okay, that's
That doesn't.
Come on, we get hit, we
Yeah,
get
we get
concussions, and
concussions.
we still play sports. We have broke hands. Look at Shannon Sharp's fingers. I'm just saying, we have crippled fingers. Shaq's big toe is dead, but he's still walking on it. I'm just being honest with you. Like,
Really?
like we play
Okay.
Okay.
Listen, if Serena,
fingers.
if
That's not even.
listen, hold on, let me finish. Let me finish. If Serena hurt her wrist in a tennis match, the match would be over. But men, we'll play with broke fingers in sports.
Yeah.
We'll play with back injuries, neck injuries. We'll
Yeah.
play with a concussion.
Concussion.
And they have to take us out the game. So
Yeah.
come on now.
Well, first of all, her wrist is what helps her to hit her, to sway her little
Tennis
her
racket.
paddle, her tennis racket. So you can't really say that.
Yes, you can,
No,
because a
but
guy
you
has
can't.
to
You
use his-
cannot really put football with that. They don't allow women to play
Exactly.
football.
First of
Exactly.
all,
So I tell you one
First
thing:
of all-
women are something else.
No.
because if it was women on the football field,
So y'all
Believe
would play.
me, we would cat it on out.
So wait a minute. So y'all
don't
would,
go
hold
there.
on, hold on, hold
don't
on.
go there.
Hold on.
That's not
so
true.
you mean to tell me y'all would play with a concussion? Y'all would play with broke fingers? Y'all would play with collarbone?
Yeah,
Get
we
outta
would, because
here.
if it's $1 million was in it, like the men are being paid,
Get outta
I
here.
guarantee you, I would say, here, give me some pain meds. Let's get this game a rolling.
Man,
I know how to keep it going. I even work out with injuries. Don't say that.
Please.
I don't know which women you talking about.
Women
but this
do-
woman right
but
here,
women do play football.
You give me millions of dollars and to pay me millions of dollars to play football, I will go out there with something broken.
Man,
just
please.
take me up real
Please.
good.
Women
We out
play
there.
football.
But how you gonna say something you don't even see?
Women
You
do
don't
play
even know.
football.
You don't even know.
Yes, they do. They play football.
Professional,
Yes.
professional, and get millions of dollars.
Women play
millions
I'm
of dollars.
trying to answer the question. If you
No,
allow me
they
to,
don't.
allow
They
me
don't.
to. You gonna
They
allow
don't.
me to?
They don't.
I'll
Because
give you the classic example. I'll give you the example. The what's the league with Vince McMahon on? The XFL or
the
whatever.
XFL.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And what age do they accept?
Thank you. Now
yeah.
you want to talk about age? That don't matter.
No, because I would be on it.
I'm
Well,
like
no,
Dwayne.
they-
Jumping jacks don't count, Kim. That's what Dwayne says in the chat room.
We're not going to talk about him. Okay, let's move
whatever.
on.
Anyway.
Okay, so Gail in the chat room say women hands down. Think of healthcare and how many women are treated. Men cry when they get a cold.
True.
I don't cry when I get a cold.
Even though.
I don't. I go to work with pain all the time.
Whatever, Gail.
Gil.
And
I
then she
don't
say
cry.
a woman stomps her toe and still puts on heels. Nails we
Touche.
replace and keep it moving.
Touche.
Okay.
I mean,
touche.
I get that, but so do we. We hurt ourselves.
Yeah.
We
Like
hurt
me-
ourselves. I've seen men break fingers and still do what they got to do. I mean, I've seen you come in here with a backache and you
Yeah,
still
oh,
come in the
yeah.
studio.
Yeah.
Now you might have cried like a baby at home, but I didn't see it.
Because I'm trained not to cry in front of people.
All right, let me leave that alone because your wife lives with you.
Yeah, she gonna throw out all my stuff.
But Andrew, I'm sure we've both gotten injured before, and we kept a pushing with all our kids.
Had to. Had
Come
no
on.
choice.
Here we go.
Come
I told
on.
you can't throw the labor.
Come
on.
on,
Can't
come
do
on.
it.
Well, they're not saying the labor; they're just saying it got hurt and then still
And
had
kept
to
a kept
still
a
had to
pushing. We couldn't stop.
deal with the kids.
We had to
and
keep
all that
dealing
good
with it.
stuff.
We had to keep going. So whether it's football or being a mother, I think being a mother is much harder.
I think so too.
Thank you.
Okay.
I mean,
Pay me
if
millions of
Mike
dollars.
Tyson hit you, and that's all I'm going to say.
If he hits you,
Who eats healthier, men or women?
Oh, women! I'm not gonna even.
Yeah,
I can't
women.
Even. I'm not gonna even waste time on that question.
Come on now, that's man.
Bro,
you didn't
bro.
even think of the. Oh God, I get myself.
Exactly. You just
Yeah.
dude.
Women eat healthier.
Yeah, women eat healthier.
Yep.
Listen, because we're so. Well, let me again. I can speak for myself. I'm such a carnivore, bro. Like, and then not just a carnivore. Like, if I'm so addicted to fried foods.
But there's a lot of women that are. Can we just turn this thing around for a minute, bro? You are killing us, bro.
You started this whole thing,
Bro.
You started.
There
us with
are
this lucid-
chunky men and chunky women. There's
Right.
women who don't eat right, and there are
Right.
men who don't eat right.
Who, but
Well-
what's the once you start talking statistics, like who more men are heavier than women because of our diets. It is just,
Wait a minute. Let
and
me.
more women go to the gym than men.
Why is Bree over here talking about men get big guts because they eat so much meat?
Oops, oops, oops.
Women eat too. Listen. Let me look over here to my left.
Are you serious?
I done seen Andrea put down some food, cuz.
But I'm not fat.
Okay, touche. I'll give you that. I didn't say this, but it says who eats healthier. I didn't say who's fatter. It says who's eat
Okay,
healthier.
but you didn't say, Andrea, do you eat healthier? I'm gonna
just-
say no, I
was
don't.
I was gonna get to that.
Why you trying to throw a slug?
I ain't throwing no slug. I didn't say nothing about. I said healthier. I'm just saying I see you eat fried foods.
Yes.
Skittles in the morning. You eat Skittles at, you know what I'm saying, at all times of the nights and stuff like that. That's not healthy.
Wow, he put you on the air.
Didn't he?
Wait,
It wasn't even the M&Ms. It was Skittles.
It was
girl.
Skittles. Yes.
You could have gave you some chocolate.
I ain't gonna lie.
in there.
I'm gonna put myself on blast. She is like, hey, I'm headed to the studio. You want anything? I was like a big red and a Reese's buttercup. And let me tell you what she did. That joker gave me the king size Reese's cups.
Oh, girl. Oh, you know what? Them king sizes are the best.
Bro, listen.
Oh, them
listen,
extra large
have-
sizes during Christmas time.
Dude,
Oh God.
there have been many times me and my wife, dude, have woken up in the middle of the night and both was just starving. Like we wake up, it'd be 2:00 in the morning.
I did it too.
Yeah, bro.
We didn't all did
we
it
didn't all
before.
did it. We'd be like, "You want some chili cheese fries?"
I remember that night.
You want some chili
And Uber
cheese
Eats
fries?
don't make it no better.
Yeah, Uber Eats has been the devil. You understand?
Yes, Austin has spoiled us.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
And Bree, yes, them wild Skittles go hard.
Come on through.
They do
The
too.
wild berries.
The wild berries. Oh my god.
Oh, it just makes my mouth water right now.
That and a tropical Sprite. Oh,
And you do owe me $10, right?
Yeah,
Ooh.
I got you.
Okay.
I got you. I got you.
Girl, get
I
your
got
10.
you. I got you. Okay. I gotta
come
go
on.
with this one.
come on.
Latara Clark
Uh-huh.
said, "This is coming from the random questions from the listeners.
Okay.
From a DM. Why are men intimidated by independent women? I'm not.
I'm not. I mean, and again, she's talking just as a whole.
Yeah.
But why are men intimidated by independent? You know what?
Dwayne stupid. I can't.
I don't even want to know what he said.
Talking about $10 for a big red.
Boy, it's so
I'm
messed.
done.
You know what? That's a hard question to answer because men have they
Yeah.
every man has their different reasons for that. But in all that, a lot of men are intimidated because of that. I got a question. Because of the controlling factor.
I was gonna go there too.
Yeah, the controlling factor. If certain men want to control you, then he knows it's going to be a problem trying to control you because you're independent.
Yeah.
And the way a man really controls you is really about two things: is money and sex.
Well, do you think also that's and I don't want to go too deep in it, but that's
Gotcha.
an
Yeah,
insecurity
That's
on the
inse-
man's part.
absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely.
I would have to say. So I would say Latara. I would say kind of co-sign what Pastor Chris says, and then the fact that a lot of men are insecure, and that have that need to want that power. So yeah, I agree with that as far as that go. Chantel Morris had a comment. Do men prefer natural hair or weave? Okay, this is randomish.
yeah. Okay.
I like natural hair myself.
I don't care. I mean, but I've never really cared because I grew up not knowing the difference anyway.
They had some good ones. They had a
some
good sew in.
Yeah, like growing up, like I didn't know the difference till my wife started showing me the difference. You know what I mean? But like I could care less.
There was some weave that used to make like my arm itch. I'm for real. That might have been some cheap weave. I don't know.
You're probably right because some have made my head itch. So
Yeah.
and I would take it out, and I've done
I think
that
it's
before.
Yaki number 4.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
I like Yaki number 2.
Oh, okay.
Can't Kalon.
See, yeah,
But I'll tell you one thing. When it comes to Pastor Chris, one thing I love about him, it doesn't matter how I wear my hair, whether it's natural or whether it's natural. I'm like, with weave, he has always made me feel as if I was beautiful. Always. I kid you not. I have seen that. No, you're not a softie. You're just amazing. And because one thing I will say, and I won't try to get into another subject, there is a lot that it takes for women to have to do with their hair, women of color.
Touche.
It is a big job to have to deal with your hair. So for a man to be acceptable or whatever style that you have really is heartwarming to me, because I don't want to try to put it off to the other side, but I've seen some men who would tell women, your hair is too short, or I don't like your hair like that, man, you need to do something with your hair. But they can, all they do is go to the barbershop and get their hair cut off. They don't understand the struggle is real. When a man says, oh, you need to put some hair in your head and wear your hair down, like you need to do this and do that. Understand, bro, it takes a lot to deal with that because like me, I like to work out. So sometimes, a lot of times, you'll probably see me with extensions in my hair because I know all the work it entails in me stopping my day to take care of my natural hair.
Right.
Yes.
When I say it takes time, it takes time.
I get that.
It's a hard. It's very hard.
I get
at
that.
times.
I like the. It depends. I like natural hair. Now I don't have a problem with weave if it's classy. Like I don't like all the wild hairstyle, like the freaking buns that's like looking like Marge Simpson or something like that. I can't do that. Yeah, like that. Like
Said Marge.
if it's like if it's like
God, that joker said Marge.
I'm just saying, like, if it's like Michelle Obama classy like that, you know what I'm saying? If it's classy, I'm down. But if it's like purple and orange and
colors.
Gotcha.
I can't do that. I don't. It doesn't work for me.
Gotcha. Yeah, and that's a personal.
Right.
Yeah,
and then the sewing has to be right. It just. I mean, I don't. I gotta. My question is like, why when they do get the weave, why they hair go way back, like to the back of their forehead, man? You look like you got alopecia.
Can I say something on that?
Yeah, go,
Is
please.
because it's not so. In other words, I think
It's a lace front.
It's sliding, and it's not either glued down tight or either it's not the piece is not sewed down correctly because it sometimes sometimes it's too tight to where it pulls on our hair and it slides back. But a woman needs to at least be putting a headband on. But I totally understand
So when
that.
they wear the lace front, they're supposed to have the little pieces on their cover up their edges, close to their edges, and sometimes they don't have it on. The spray, the bond glue, whatever it's
Trey,
called.
this sounds like a podcast.
Oh, it is.
I am not my hair.
And so Dwayne in the chat said, if they got the Obama weave, that is great. Shamika said they might have alopecia.
Need some Rogaine up in here.
I like it. Like if you're gonna wear weave, make it look like it's your hair. Okay. Like you know what I mean. Like get a good weave job though. Like seriously, like when I say classy, that's what I mean. Like it's a good
Make
weave
it look
job.
good.
I get that. But if y'all want them to have a good hair job, y'all gonna have to start helping out a little bit because that weave costs lots of money.
Oh yeah,
it
to get a beautician to do it right,
But I ain't
costs
got
a lot of money.
A bundle is a bundle is $100.
Yeah, it's expensive.
Yeah.
I've heard
very expensive.
Yeah, I've heard women, talk about paying $1,000 to $1,500.
Depends on what type of hair you get.
Yeah,
I
And
guess
I'm
I
like-
paid $500.
And I'm
Yeah.
like, for
Expensive.
your hair,
Yes.
for your hair,
The struggle is real.
Depending on the inches.
$1,500. Now I ain't gonna lie to you. Now listen, hey. Now I ain't got a problem with how you do your hair, but if you come to me talking about $1,500 on your head, absolutely not.
Sound like we in the wrong industry. We need to sow some weed.
Yeah, right. These Indonesians got this game sold up.
Okay, so Dwayne in the chat said, "What if they don't have the front? So they just don't have no."
That's alopecia.
There's some
The
glue
way
out.
you
There's
so
some glue.
stupid.
We got some glue, bro.
Oh my
What
god!
are the ladies saying in there?
And then Bree said, "And eyelashes so thick it looked like two caterpillars."
Oh,
Ain't cute.
my
Yes,
God.
yes. The eyelashes, the ones that look like caterpillars, they the mink link eyelashes that come way.
I'm talking about the eyelashes that touch your glasses if you wear
Oh
glasses.
wow! Yeah.
No, those mink ones are longer than that. They look like
like
a
butterfly.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's unnecessary.
Yes, those.
That's
that's-
putting bacteria.
But
in
I
the eye.
think isn't that like more fashion statement? Like you know what I mean? I would say that the women, not all women who do that, but most of the women who do that are going to like like a ball, or are they going to some type of club? Or she's like,
No, they wear the mink eyelashes every day. They don't have to be going
You sound
nowhere.
like you know
Oh
somebody.
yes. Yes.
Yeah, it sounds like you know somebody who's doing that.
Yes,
Yeah.
I have seen it. Yes.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
hilarious.
They wear lashes going to the store. They're like, I know what you mean. Consistently.
Okay, I got a question. Since we're talking about hair, let's go to men hair. Do
Okay.
women prefer a man with a short cut, or if he has long hair with the dreads or the?
Well,
That's been popular. Men are starting wearing their hair long.
Yeah,
women.
exactly.
Remember back in the day, you wouldn't do that.
You wouldn't do that. Like now, everybody want to be the Samson. So
well, I don't agree. I'm not gonna say I don't agree with it, but I think it's best I don't have a man with long hair because my arms are strong. That headlock.
of course,
I'm sorry. I'm just being real. Pastor Chris will have a patch in his head.
right?
I'd be like, oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to lift them weights yesterday. Yeah.
So it's preferably not for me to have long hair.
No.
So I'll keep it short and curly. All right, there you go.
Dwayne just put a trash can sign in there. Trash. There you go, Dwayne.
Thanks, big
Whatever,
bro.
Johnny Gill.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, he's one of them. He out here looking like he's out here looking like Juddy B. Good,
Like boys to men.
right? Oh yeah, man.
Man, it's been good, y'all. I think we're gonna wrap it up. Unless somebody else got something. We're gonna wrap it up.
Another question.
We got we over an hour today. Y'all will never get back that hour.
Man, wow.
Final thoughts, Kim, on you?
Oh, final thoughts.
Any final thoughts about
I just
this?
think that me and Andrew did an amazing job tonight.
Yes,
and you
we
know,
did.
we're
Yes.
gonna take that W. That's what we're gonna take.
All right, Andrea.
Yes.
What you
Okay,
got?
before we leave,
Okay.
Gail in the chat said, I'm not in the long locks on men. However, I need you to keep your hair up. If your hair's longer than mine, it might be a problem. I agree with that.
Touche, Gail.
Oh, okay. You got any closing comments?
No, sir, I don't.
Okay, so you just all right. Well, on
She's
you.
like, I'm taking the win. I
I'm
guess.
taking a W. Taking a W.
Yeah,
huh?
taking a W.
All right. What about you, PC?
Well, hey man, this has been fun tonight. Listen, I'm gonna close out on my thoughts with saying that even though we lost, that doesn't make us losers, right? But with that, if you feel like a loser and you want somebody to help change your life, don't forget to tune in to Life Changers Church on Sunday mornings on our Facebook page at LCC Austin or our YouTube page at Life Changers Austin at 10:30 a.m. to get a life-changing word, because we're changing lives and we're starting with ourselves.
And how can they get to your live services?
Also, you can get to our live services again on Facebook, on our YouTube page, but also you can go to our website at www.lifechangersaustin.com, and so it will be broadcasted live, man. Live worship, live word, and it's about an hour, and we out of there.
Yeah. Wow. Oh man, I've enjoyed it myself. I'm gonna go ahead and take that loss tonight.
Yeah.
With pride. Those were some great questions formulated against us, so we would have never won anyway. But anyway, I want to thank everybody for tuning in. But before I go, man, I just want to say thank y'all for listening in the chat room and your questions. Those who submitted those questions, thank you so much. Also, I want to give a shout out to Juan Alaman.
Juan.
Yes, Juan Alaman. He is on the Spreaker platform, the platform that you guys are listening to right now. He has two great podcasts. The 80s Hour, which airs on Wednesday night, live at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, covering the decades of the 80s, from movies, candy, and even video games. If you love the 80s, then you'll love the 80s Hour with Juan Alaman. Also, he has another podcast, the Wrestling Way Back podcast, on Thursday evenings at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. For all you wrestling fans of the 1970s to the 90s, you'll want to tune in, and you'll want to talk about those memories and related tidbits such as trivia and history. The Wrestling Way Back podcast is the podcast to go. Listen, got one more thing and we're going to wrap it up. If you enjoyed tonight's show, head over to next15podcast.com. Drop us a review. Tell us what you thought about tonight's show. And don't forget to subscribe to receive updated news and subscriber-only content. If you really like what we do here and want to support me, then buy me a coffee. That's right. Buy me a coffee to help me stay awake. You can do this by going to the website at next15podcast.com. Go to the reviews tab and click the Buy Me a Coffee tab, and we will greatly appreciate it. Great show coming up next Friday. Before I get out of here, I got one more. If you're interested in being the best version of you, thinking about starting a business or need help in strategizing your next boss move, then you don't want to miss this episode. We're bringing in Vanessa Woods White, entrepreneur and goal planning expert, who will be talking with us about how we can manifest our vision and goals for 2021. You don't want to miss this episode. She's going to be here live and ready to answer our questions in the chat room and taking live calls next Friday at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. Y'all, it's been real. Thank y'all so much for listening to the Next 15 podcast show, and we'll see you on the Next 15.